up? What is up, Strike Squad? So, I am going to go over something. Pretty much, it's super simple, but it can be kind of complicated. And it's pretty much going to be about when to. Let's make this a little bigger. When to be selfish. Seems pretty basic, right? But I think that in solo queue, this is a really important concept that a lot of people miss. And I think the reason why is because everybody wants to be a team player, nobody wants to get flamed, everything else specifically. So I thought that this was a really good example of a game where I played pretty selfishly, right? So when we're looking at the state of this game and everything, there's a Vayne top that matches me. Vayne is probably the only one that can match me, maybe outside of the Anivia, right? So when we look at these team comps and everything, everybody has a very specific job to do. So we have 3 Drakes. Fourth Drake is coming up. They have no Drakes. So there's something to look at from a macro standpoint here. So I have a job, right? Now, I could ignore my job, right, and play for the team and go down here and play for them. I don't have TP, right, so I'm not going to be a drag. But my team definitely is going to be looking for drag. Now this is where this is kind of a hot debate within the League community. My own personal opinion when it comes to solo queue is one of the best ways that you can play macro and one of the best ways that you can influence the map to win your game is to create 2 points of pressure. And what that means is pretty much that you're looking to have pressure here and pressure here, because that creates a question for the team. They either take option A or they take option B. And one of these options is better and one of these options is worse, right? So maybe they mess up. Maybe they send 2 people top. Maybe they send, 2 people to drag and 3 people top, right? It gives enough space for the enemy to make a mistake and mess up the game. So I'm going to play this out here, and we're going to kind of watch and see what happens. So, right, we see Ash show, my team is setting up vision, I'm getting pinged back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to sit here and wait. Now, I could back and run to drag here, but excuse me, here's what I know. I know if Vayne actually leaves here, and I just wait, one of 2 things are either going to happen. Either Vayne has to come and stop me, right? Or Vayne has to come and react to this fight. Now, if Vayne goes and reacts to that fight, and I see her down here mid, right? 2 things now happen. 1, I have Hull Breaker. We have a cannon wave that's incoming. And what I'm doing here is I'm pinging my team off. I'm pinging my team, hey, back off, back off, back off. Right? I'm telling my team, hey, I'm going to keep split pushing here. I'm going to keep split pushing here. Now what's happening, right? As we reveal the map, there's panic, right? They realize, ah, crap, we got 5 people here. Drag is spawning in 5 seconds. We gotta send somebody back to stop this guy, but we also want to stop 4th Drake, right? So we've created 2 points of pressure, which makes the game a lot harder. Now, the reason why I said at the beginning that I like to kind of play a little selfishly sometimes is because this isn't guaranteed. This is a coin flip play. I don't like 5v5s. Me getting 2 towers, solo gold, and XP, not a coin flip play. Not a coin flip play at all, right? And right now, this gives me 11,000, sorry, gold, and Vayne is at 12,000. But by the end of this play, we'll take a look at the gold again, and I think you'll be surprised. So, right, as you can see, my team now understands what they need to do, what their job is. Their job is to stop them from backing for several reasons. 1, the longer they stop them from backing, the more CS they miss here, and the more of the base I can take. Even if they get the drag, they're getting 1 bonus objective and the bounty on it, but they're getting their first Drake of the game. It's not really a concern. So we continue watching this play out. Right, in this game, this could be going better, this could be going worse, etc. Right? But at this point, I've taken 2 towers. They still haven't gotten back. Right? So we'll fast forward this a little bit. I mess up here. I don't play this the best. Right? And then once the wave is gone, I say, yeah, you know what? I don't really care. I'm just going to focus on trying to do as much damage to the tower as I can. I kill the Poppy. Now here's the thing. While all this is going on, They still didn't get the drag. And the reason they didn't get the drag is we forced them into a position. I mean, obviously they didn't play the fight perfectly. If they had won the 5v4, then they would have gotten the drag. But primarily what made them rush the fight and what makes them panic here is the fact that they are trying to respond to 2 points of pressure. Now, bit of a spoiler. I end up dying here. I get this. I get in, I get the tower, and that's it, right? So when I hit tab now, and I check the gold, I'm now 1,500 gold up on my opponent. Give or take. Yeah. Which is crazy. You know, by not going to a fight, I pretty much got more than... Well, not more than, I pretty much got the same amount of gold as had I gotten a penta. Right? And they missed 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 4 waves here, right? And now realistically, we probably get the dragon anyways. So if we go back to the beginning of this, you can see why this is such a big deal. So right here, it's 47 to 52, right? When we're talking about the gold difference on both teams. Watch this. We'll just speed this up, and we'll take a look at how much gold me ignoring my team generated. Right? 556. 58. So overall, well, it's not even done yet. So it gave us an 8k lead. Prior to this, we had a 5k lead. That's a substantial difference, especially when a lot of that gold is going on one person, which if you play like I do, you want all the gold on you because you want to carry. So it's kind of not something that's super complicated, but I think that it's an important concept. So when we talk about this concept overall, the question becomes like, okay, so we're talking about 2 points of pressure, right? Well, if we're going to do 2 points of pressure, then when does this work? This can work when you're going bot and you're looking for Baron. This can go when you're going top and you're looking for drag. This can go if you're looking to pressure Baron and pressure... Well, the goal is primarily what you're trying to do when you do 2 points of pressure on the map is that you are trying to spread their team out. So if you're trying to take mid tower and you're trying to invade the red, that's not a play that's very far away from each other later on in the game. However, if you're getting mid pressure and you're also going for, you know, top tier 2, that's far enough that you might be able to make that work, right? But when you're playing super close, then there's the ability to rotate, and you'd have to have a really big tempo advantage to kind of make that work. So this is pretty basic. It's just a concept that I like to use specifically for late game macro that I think helps. So just remember 2 points of pressure, 3 points of pressure is great too. A lot of pro scenes you'll see it split like this. So this is Summoner's Rift, this is our lanes, right, or whatever. Let's say that this is top lane, this is bot lane, this is mid lane. You'll see people do something called a 3 people mid. Usually it's your AD carry, your support, and your jungler, and then you'll spend your mid laner or your top laner to the side lanes. This is called a 1-3-1, or you'll see a 1-4 a lot of times, where it's usually either your top laner or your mid laner, and then one of these just rotates over here. Those are usually the lane designations for when you're going to apply 2 points of pressure and do some sort of split push play. But this isn't even necessarily like something only for split pushing. Generally, you want your team to be sitting in a 1-3-1 the majority of the late game anyways, because you want to be catching all of the waves on the side lanes. Like I said, basic concept for macro. Another thing to talk about within this of like playing selfishly is another reason why I don't go to this play is because I don't really care if we get the dragon. Like, I want all of the gold that's up here. And frankly, with how strong Vayne is in this game, she's 9-7. She's one of the stronger people on their team. If I just keep Vayne out of the fight and I keep her up here and it's a 4v4, then I'm doing my job. You know, it's better to do that and then open up the opportunity for this person to make a mistake than to just blindly run to group with my team. Um, so I hope that this was helpful. It's not crazy in depth, but this happened in one of my earlier games, so I thought that this was a good example and a good opportunity to kind of go over something and show a specific concept. I'm gonna try to do more VOD reviews, and I am also going to try to start streaming on YouTube Friday nights, just for gameplay, pretty much. And then I think I might start streaming Saturday mornings to do either coaching sessions if people sign up, or if nobody signs up, I will be doing VOD reviews of my own games. So if you like kind of the analysis, the breakdown, please tune in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys. So I will see you in the next one.